Well, April showers bring those May flowers, and we want to get ahead on our gardening by practicing efficient water use with our plants. Well, this morning we have Laura Fonestock here from Denver Urban Gardens. Laura, it's good to have you.
Thank you, Claudia. It's so great to be here.
It's an inspiring time of year. This is when everybody starts to think, let's do something in the garden. Well, tell us about Denver Urban Gardens, Laura, because this is a wonderful place for plants and everything green.
Yes, absolutely. So Denver Urban Gardens, or DUG, was established in Denver in the late 1970s. And then, as well as now, our focus is on building community, as well as food access and climate resiliency.
Yeah.
And we do that in a number of ways. First of all, through our network of community gardens, where you can grow your own food alongside your neighbors, and then also with food forests. And food forests increase food access as well as the tree canopy and biodiversity. And then DUG also has a lot of gardening education options, both in-person classes and online resources.
Yeah, so the options are out there for whoever wants to get more into this or get involved. I think the work that you guys do is just remarkable. Well, let's talk about water efficiency, because a lot of us need help in that area. But what are your favorite tips for doing that correctly?
Right, absolutely. So community gardens already conserve a lot of water, but there's more you can do to protect this important natural resource, whether you're gardening in your backyard or at a DUG garden.
Okay.
So some of my favorite techniques, brought you some lovely gloves.
Okay,
today.
you want me to put these on? And look,
Please,
they
put those
match.
on. They
Okay.
match.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So the first thing I do, I always check the soil before I water to see if it needs it.
If it needs it,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
that's a good reminder.
And I use my index finger, right?
Okay.
This is the most important tool. So you pull the mulch back a little bit, and then you can stick your finger in
And
a couple
kinda
of
see.
inches down just to see, right? And you'll be able to tell if the soil is wet or if it's dry.
really dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're wearing gloves and you can't feel the soil, that's where tools like this, a garden cultivator, come in
Okay,
really
and
handy.
so what would I do with this?
So very gently, just
Well, just
go
without
around the edge
damaging
of the
anything.
plant, and just pull the soil back a little bit.
Okay.
And you're doing two things here. You're checking to see if the soil needs watering. You're also creating air pockets for the water to go into and get around the roots of the plant.
So should you do this all around the planter?
All around the plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. And of course, we're using our imagination here. We're outside in a community garden. This is your plot.
I've never had a green thumb, Laura. So for people who think that way and say, I'm just never going to be good at that, that is kind of nonsense. I mean, you guys can teach pretty much anybody.
Absolutely.
Okay, that is so good to know. Tell me about the community gardens, and what do you teach there and what people can learn?
Yeah, so at the community gardens, and let's finish watering this plant here. Yeah.
You want to help with that?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and put the cultivator down.
All right.
Good job here. And then
Okay, she wants me to
low and slow for water.
Oh
Just
my gosh.
Gently all around.
I didn't use the cultivator everywhere. Is that okay?
That's perfect. That's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's
really get in there. And do you want to do it all around the plant?
You want to do it
Not just in
around
one area?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
And then when you're done watering, just slowly smooth the dirt back and the mulch right over it. Perfect.
So the mulch goes over. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
So in the community gardens, there are many different ways we can serve water. One is by talking to your neighbors, fellow gardeners, seeing what they do. That's a great way to learn as well. So you say you don't have a green thumb. Join a garden. You can learn from your neighbors how to garden.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is something anybody can pick up,
Right.
really. You
Oh,
gotta,
absolutely.
You just got to go give yourself the opportunity.
Yeah.
How can we get involved and be a part of everything at DUG?
Yes, so there are lots of resources on our website, which is dug.org, DUG.org. You can look up classes there. You can also look under the Gardens tab to find a community garden to join.
Okay.
And one of the great things at the community gardens, another way to conserve water, is we ask that people be on site while watering. We don't use timers, because timers waste water. They water when it's raining, they break down. So we ask that you be on site. You water your plants, you talk to your neighbors. It's a great experience.
It's a great experience. So true. I've never looked at it that way. Laura, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Love Doug. And of course, you can get involved as well and learn to garden. Learn more about Denver Urban Gardens at doug.org. On the site, you can sign up for workshops or to volunteer at a workday. You can also provide a monetary donation, of course, to help Doug continue their work in the community.